Muthuri ni akiugite ni amurekeire Steve B Jerry Warui thegio muno Scholar Wanjiko huyo mama ashiko alipishe hiyo miaka 10 na Monica Munoru urauga may the Lord strengthen you Gathoni igire cia domiriri cia report no ya ciana igire iria ikuire mwena wa Rwaka kuri aria maruga pole kwa familia oni Suzi Mwaniki Maish Carolina pole kwa familia Lydia Kuzina urauga so sad pole kwa families Joseph Mwagi so sad so pole kwa hiyo familia again ko aige marauga pole sana na Jacqueline Mwagi Joki Gitao Mose wapi ni rifoti yake hamuno makiria ona Jane Karaja Nancy Alvin thegio muno makiria ni nyui othe muratwariria kuhitukira nenda citu cia ukinyaniria no tuguthina mbere na guthoma mamwe mama woni maku kana ndumiriri ciaku iria gukorwo utwandikiire tutanatiriha mutabruko witu wa mohoro tugithi na mbere makiria ya thukuru 300 cia andu kiumbe guku bururi-ini ni ihingetwo kaimana thutha wa kuremererwo ni ngarama nene ya kurugamirira thukuru kumana na king'uki gia corona kuhingwo gwa thukuru ici kuhota gucungiriria aciari kugia na ihinda iritu gucariria ciana thukuru ingi mweri ukite tena murugamiriri munene wa thukuru cia andu kiumbe guku bururi-ini Peter Ndolo augite thina munene uri ugumeire arugamiriria thukuru ici ni kwaga kigina gia gucokereria thutha wa gukorwo mahingete o hakuhe mwaka mugima Riria king'uki gia corona kiingirire guku bururi-ini mweri wa gatatu mwaka uyu sekta ya githomo ni gatagati ka iria cia hutirio na njira nene thutha wa thirikari kuhinga thukuru ciothe mugaru na thukuru cia muingi ene thukuru cia andu kiumbe makoretwo na ihinda iritu kuona ota biacara nyingi matikoretwo makiamukira ona ndururu ingirugamirira mihang'o kana kuhota gutwarithia na mbere mathomo wona thukuru cia hinguru.
Private schools, like any other business, do not depend on government to support its activities. They depend on school fees that is paid for by parents when learners are in session.
Arugamiriri aige a thukuru ici riu marigiriirie kuhinga mirango amwe makigarura irathi na gucitua nyumba cia wonjoria murugamiriri munene wa thukuru cia andu kiumbe guku bururi-ini Peter Ndolo akiuga kinyagia riu makiria ya thukuru 300 ni ihingitwo.
These 331 schools accommodate close to 56,000 learners. These schools have employed about 1,200 members of staff, both teaching and non-teaching staff.
Hamwe na thukuru iria ihingitwo ni thukuru 47 kuma gicigo kia Nairobi, Mount Kenya thukuru 29, Lower East thukuru 31, North Rift thukuru 51, South thukuru 12, Nakuru thukuru 22. Ishigo ingi ni hamwe na Gicũa-inĩ thukuru 33, Lake Region thukuru 23, South Nyanza thukuru 34, Western Province thukuru 26, na North Eastern thukuru 4.
When these schools closed and they notified the association, we guided and advised them to ensure that the parents have been notified so that they can be able to look for alternative schools for their children when schools eventually reopen. Because remember, it is the right of every child to access education.
Narire mehariria ma kuhingura thukuru marathie na mbere nyingi cia thukuru ici igukorwo na nditi makiria muno thutha wa aruti wira aige guthama kana gutiga wira.
At the moment we have challenges of human resource. Most of our teachers and other members of staff, because of the prolonged stay out of school and out of employment, have had to seek for other opportunities. So at the moment, we are not so sure that all our teachers will have to come back. And that's why, as we speak, this particular week, very many schools have been recruiting new staff.
No ona kuhanura uguo thina munene uria arugamiriri a thukuru ici mari naguo ni unyihu wa kigena. Ndolo akiuga matire mamukira kigena gia ciringi bilioni 7 iria ciranirwo ni thirikari cia kunyitirira thukuru cia andu kiumbe.
We are saying give the private schools resources, give them money, which is in the form of a grant, a low interest credit facility, so that they're able to stabilize. Because remember, private schools did not just close their schools. The government directed that all schools should be closed, irrespective of whether they are public or private. So when we closed our schools, how does the government expect us to come back?
Thukuru itanyitwo kuhingurwo ihinda-inĩ rĩa ciumia igĩrĩ ciũkĩte thutha wa arutwo gũkorwo marĩ mũciĩ kuma mweri wa gatatũ. Ihinda-inĩ rĩrĩ arĩa arutwo a grade ya kana, kĩrathi gĩa kanana na form 4 makoretwo thukuru. Handũ-inĩ ha Kameme TV, njĩtagwo Ngina wa Waduro.
Na riu tugigucokereria riboti-inĩ ĩrĩa tũgũkwĩrithĩirie hau kabere, gavana wa kaunti ya Nairobi Mike Mbuvi Sonko na mbere na gwĩtetera na njĩra nene gũtambamba na gũtirĩ kĩgĩna kĩa mũingĩ aungumĩtie. Riu tũgũthiĩ mwe kwa mwe nginya cikaro-inĩ cia mbunge tũkĩbigue marĩa marathiĩ na mbere.
Mr. Speaker, I believe that any time we are faced with an impeachment, we should give the whole country the feeling that anybody who appears before the Senate is assured not only of justice being rendered, but even in terms of our conduct, justice will not only be done, but would be manifestly be seen to be done. And that goes not just from what we say as a Senate, collectively, as individually, but even as the way we conduct ourselves during such proceedings. And Mr. Speaker, I just wanted to, for the purposes of seconding this motion, draw to the attention of the Senate two issues. One, how impeachment that is required in an impeachment is now a matter which has been well settled by the courts in the various decisions that have been made here. And I would plead to the Senate also to be consistent. There was a time, Mr. Speaker, when I tried to urge the Senate that is very important under the principle of legality and committee of institutions, that we should respect what the courts do in as much as what we want the courts to do. I think there's a matter which is still a matter of debate. We seem to be, in other matters that I remember in the Samboja case, people were saying we should never be compelled to obey court orders. And in these particular proceedings, we are being urged that this matter is before the court and therefore we should not be in a position to deal with it. But having said that, I want the Senate to look at Article 99 of the Constitution in relation to disqualification of members. When you are charged in a criminal court and you are convicted, you cannot be removed as a member of this House, because the Constitution says that, and this is Article 99, sub-article 2H, that you must have been found in accordance with any law to have misused.
Aya nĩ cira ũrĩa ũrathiĩ na mbere na gũthikĩrĩrio cikaro-inĩ cia mbunge ya Senate. Nĩ cira wĩgĩmainie na kũhagũrwo kwa gavana wa kaunti ya Nairobi Mike Mbuvi Sonko. Nĩ tũgũkorwo tũgĩcokereria na maũndũ ũrĩa maragĩthiĩ na mbere na gũkĩhanĩka mwena ũcio. Na hau kabere ngũririkania atĩ Sonko nĩ ekorire arĩ na ihinda iritũ kũgeria gũtarĩria ũrĩa ahũthĩrire ciringi mirioni 270 cia basarĩ ya gũteithia arutwo arĩa matehotete. Nĩ tũgũkorwo tũgĩcokereria, reke twambe tũikĩrie ndũgatikĩre gũtegetura mũtambo.